Hi there, and welcome to this tutorial about the scoreboard for Folkstyle wrestling from Smoothcomp. Smoothcomp is the world's largest online platform for combat sports, and we started our mission to revolutionize the tournament software industry in 2015. My name is Rickard Karnenborn, and I'm one of 3 co-founders, and I will walk you through how to operate the scoreboard. In order to get started, you need to download the scoreboard application from download.smoothcomp.com. And then once installed, use your organizer credentials or the assigned demo credentials and then log in and then find the event that you're working on. You also need to put the computer into an expanded mode so that you have a dedicated panel for the scorekeeper with all buttons visible and then a dedicated spectator window. Once you have that, you are ready to start picking up your matches. I will put myself here in the corner so you can follow along, and then I'll show you how the scoreboard operates. All right, let's go. Okay, so once the application is installed, you will log in using your credentials, the email and the password that you have been given. If this is for a table worker that wants to practice using the scoreboard, use demo. If it's for the real tournament, you're logging in with on smoothcomp.com instead. Click login. And then this takes you to a profile selector. I have a lot of profiles here, but you would just have one. I will pretend to be Bruce Lee today. So I'll click that. And here is the demo event for Dan Gable Donnybrook. So click that. Takes me into the event. And then it's actually really easy. I will work on mat 1, for example. Then I will choose the drop down here where it says mat 1/1, which means session 1. This event has 12 mats. Once the event goes over to session 2, it will say mat 1 session 2 in this example. But that's automatic. Once you start scoring bouts, then you will just click next match and it will take you to the next match that's been assigned to this mat. So I will click go to my next match and this will open up the scoreboard. And here you have it, this beautiful looking scoreboard with red and green wrestlers. In order to start the match clock, I can use my mouse and then click the play button here or use the space bar on my keyboard. Starting the match and then giving points to red wrestler, +1, and then points for green wrestler. If I add a point, but it's a mistake, I want to deduct a point, I click -1, and then I can add that point instead to green. C stands for caution. If I just click once, it adds a marker. Clicking once again adds another marker. And then the third time, it will add a point to the other wrestler. M stands for misconduct, giving points immediately to the other wrestler. And then clicking it again adds another point. S stands for stalling. Then just clicking the stalling like this adds points. And then we have the +1 penalty point or +2 penalty point. And as you can see, immediately it awards 1 or 2 points for the other wrestler. If I want to stop the match, the referee says stop, then I just use the spacebar again to click stop. And at the top here, you can see we have several different timers. They all work the same. I start the timer by clicking the plus or the start button within the timer. If I make a mistake and I want to swap this timer over to the other wrestler, I can click swap. And as you can see, it dropped down to the green wrestler instead. I can now swap it back. I can pause the timer. I can add or remove points. And then I can reset the timer. Same thing goes for injury time, head and neck, and recovery. Starting the clock, the match clock again. And then you have the buttons for takedown, for the reversal, and for the escape. Smoothcomp automatically assigns the wrestler who is on top. But if the referee decides, then you can click the top button for the other wrestler. So if I click the arrow where it says top here, it will switch over. Or I can choose set to neutral. That's down here where I set set it to neutral instead. So as you can see, it's super easy to find the buttons, and then what you're seeing is all of this, but then what the spectator sees is this beautiful looking scoreboard. So I thought I'd show you how that works. The spectators will see only this scoreboard. So I just started the match clock, and as you can see, it's running now in the spectator window. And then if I add 2 points for red or another point for green, or green scores a takedown and then an escape for red, everything is visible in the spectator view. All right, now I thought we should talk a little bit about the case of a tie. So when there's a tie, there will be a coin flip from the referee on the mat, and it's your job to choose the outcome of the coin flip. So I will go to the end of the first round here, and then it will be a signal at the end of the round like this. Sorry about the noise. And as you can see now, we display this coin toss animation. The referee will flip the coin, and whatever is decided, either Darth Vader is on top or Obi-Wan is on top, or they choose a neutral position. Then you will choose this in the scoreboard. So I'll choose Darth Vader on top, and then that's what decided. So the scoreboard is preset to show the situations in a tie, and then this animation will show up, and then your job is to follow the referee's command. Okay, now the match is over and it's time to save it, and then you're going to click End Game. So click the End Game button down here, and that opens up these two windows. And then ask yourself, who won and how did he or she win? So in this case, it was green wrestler that won. And how did he win? Well, it was by a major decision, for example. But we have the other options here as well, fall, tech fall, etc. So you're going to choose the winning method, and then ask yourself again, who won and how did he or she win? So clicking major decision here, and that will animate like this. But you're not done yet, because you also need to save this match. So then you click Save. And when you do that, and you see this animation that says saved, then everything is saved, everything is online. Spectators, coaches can follow this instantly in the bracket. And then your job now is to go to the next match. So then you click Go to Next Match. And that will take the next planned match in the consecutive order. And then just repeat it again. Start the clock and then score the match. The most common way for you to score bouts is to just click Next Match, and that will take the next match. But there might be some instances where you need to go back to the bracket in order to rescore a match or change the saved result. So then you can click Back to Bracket. If I click Back to Bracket, it takes me to the bracket. And in the first match here, I can open that up again just by clicking it. And then I can click Go to Scoreboard. And then let's say I made a mistake and then we need to adjust something in the saved result of this scoreboard. I can adjust this here. Or if I want to, I could start a match from this view. So the 110 here, Bradford versus Brandon. I can go back to that. And then there's also the fight order. That's the order of upcoming matches on your mat. So that's also a way to navigate the system, is to pick matches from this fight order. So 110, again, just click that and it will open up the scoreboard button, and then I can click Scoreboard. So most common way, just save the match, click Go to Next Match, End Game, Decision, and then Save. And now we're here in this window, click go to next match. But there are also the options to go back to the bracket or back to the fight order. Back, go to next match. We'll bring up the next match. Okay, that was a short walkthrough of the high school wrestling scoreboard. Riding time is available for the college wrestling scoreboard, so that is enabled when creating the brackets. Thank you very much for watching this tutorial. Wish you good luck when working at the event, and we'll see you there.